human to feel the vibe. Instead of dead inside, just aimlessly scrolling when you could be growing and not lost inside. Human to feel the vibe. Instead of dead inside, just aimlessly scrolling when you could be growing and not lost inside your mind.
Yo, what's up?
Hey,
What's happening?
cracking playa and play yet.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot to put on my headphones. Am I echoing like this?
Not yet, but I'm sure you'll get to a point to where you figure out something's fucked up and put your headphones on.
Yeah.
I feel like that could be a good premise for a song. Put your headphones on, and it's like all about people talking, and you don't want to listen to them.
Like when Arthur says that he's going to listen to your mixtape and then he puts on his headphones and it's on his cheeks.
Yeah.
You never saw that meme?
Mm.
No,
You never watched Arthur the cartoon?
I've
I
seen
haven't
Arthur.
There's a picture where he's like listening to his Walkman, of course, because it's like the 90s, and then the actual cups of the headphones are like here on his face and his ears are up here. And people always label it when you listen to your homie's mixtape. Because, of course, your homie is garbage at music and you don't want to listen.
Aw,
Not my homies.
not my homies either.
Those fools get dropped like that.
Mm.
You don't got a hot 16? I can't hang out with you.
Shout out AWOL. Thank you for the sub. How was the your kid surfing? Did he wipe out?
Ooh, wipe out.
Bert, do you surf?
Fuck no, I don't. Dude, I know people that surf around here and they get in full wetsuits. Like, too much effort.
You can
Yeah,
surf
live
in
in
Oregon?
California, fools. Yeah, apparently.
I didn't think y'all had surfable beaches.
Apparently, if you put on a wetsuit or a dry suit, anything's surfable.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I always figured the waves would probably murder somebody, or either there weren't waves up there.
That's typical Texan ignorance right there.
How's it ignorant? I'm figuring either the wind is so violent coming from the north where Canada is that it would kill somebody, or because of the shape, you guys don't get a lot of waves.
That's just super ignorant. That's like, oh yeah, everybody from Texas has sex with their cousins while injecting rattlesnake venom.
That's Alabama. Thank you very much. And I guess I wouldn't know. I'm not fucking from here.
Yeah, you are. Come on.
I mean, I guess I can start claiming Texas because this year's been the first year of my life where I've lived longer in Texas than I have in Florida. So I guess I'm Texan now.
Ooh,
By force.
Texan dice.
Why do you say it like that? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, that's.
Are you hitting on me, Nikki?
That's real ignorant.
Are you flirting with me right now?
Of course.
Are we doing this live?
We're doing this live.
Yeah, I can leave.
No, stay. I want you to watch.
I like to watch.
I want you to watch too.
Yes.
All right.
God.
How's everybody's weekend?
Relaxing, actually. I didn't really do shit. Recorded some rock music yesterday.
Rock music.
Ordered a tie-dye pizza.
Puke.
It's gross, Nikki. Don't ever order a tie-dye pizza again. And if you do order a tie-dye pizza, don't ever show it to us. Please.
Yeah, that's some Neverland food bullshit.
I don't think even Michael Jackson would have tie-dye pizzas at Neverland in his heyday.
Missing out.
Missing out on what? Disgustingly colored pizza that
Bright
tastes like regular
colors,
pizzas?
purple colors.
I could understand if you said there was different flavors. Maybe there's like blue cheese and then spicy cheese. But if it's literally just disgusting colors on the pizza, that's something that corporations do during Pride Month and think that they're inclusive.
You're like the same type of person that's like, bubbles, fun. It's like, not since I was fucking
bubbles.
6.
I love bubbles.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm getting Nikki for Christmas? Bubble machine.
I fucking would be so happy. I would bring that bitch to the beach. I would bring that shit everywhere.
Your sisters would kill me. You show up at your house with a bubble machine, bubble residue all over the TVs and everywhere.
All over my pool.
I'll get you a gallon of bubble solution as well. That way you'll never run out.
I gave Vulgar a foam party in a bucket because I never got to use it. And I'm like, here you go.
A foam party or a phone? party?
Foam. Like, bunch of bubbles.
Back in college, foam parties were the dopest. And
I love
then you learned about diseases that get spread through the foam.
And choking to death on foam.
Sure.
I have almost died in foam twice.
Choking on foam? Tell me more.
It's fucking so the hayloft. This old. I don't think they're open anymore. This old.
Seems like all these places you used to frequent were like death threats to people's livelihoods, so they've all closed down.
So they had foam parties, you know. And I mean, some of them. A lot of them
know?
down. Most of them are closed down, I guess. So they have foam parties, and you know they have like this huge foam blower up on the ceiling. And like if you go in the middle of it and you're short, there's a lot of foam that fills up this room. If you can't get your head over that foam, you are inhaling and you literally choke. Like you choke on the bubbles. It's terrible. Another time was when I was in Mexico because I was choking on the foam, and then it was in a pool, and every time I went underwater, couldn't breathe underwater, so I tried to swim out of the foam.
Let me ask you this. The first time you almost died in the foam was not enough to deter you from the foam. You went back to the foam and you added water.
You figure it out where if you make your blow to like make a little space, I mean, you're basically breathing your own carbon.
What you're describing right now is the aquatic zone in Sonic the Hedgehog, where he's literally underwater and he has to wait for the little pile of bubbles and then jump in the bubble to breathe air.
Yeah, you literally have to find patches. I love your music, though, Brian.
Insane.
By the way, Kongzog is such a loser. He has the social graces of Pee Wee Herman after getting caught jerking off in a adult movie theater, and probably has one pair of clothes to his name.
You know, when you said that last line, I totally bought everything from that point on.
Like,
I was questioning everything.
One pair of clothes and then just like wears it for 4 days, puts it in the wash, sits in his fucking boxers, puts it back on.
Is that really so bad?
I wear a lot of the same clothes. I have a lot of clothes, but I wash my clothes as I wear them. So.
How does that work? You just take your clothes off and put them in the washing machine?
Yeah. And then when the wash gets full, I wash it.
Huh?
So you don't have a
like
hamper.
An easy way for you to do all these things that you just completely ignore.
What?
There's always like a way to do things, and you just choose to do the exact opposite, way harder route for all things in your life.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Why is that harder?
You're like, oh, I could eat a pizza, but I know I'll die at fucking Rainbow for no reason.
I like
So how do you pick out clothes? Do you just open the dryer and then rummage through there?
No, I put them away when they come out of the dryer, when the full load comes out.
When a full load comes out.
Mm-hmm. Like I let them stack up in the washer, and then I switch them to the dryer, and then I put them away. And then I start the cycle over with the next clothes I change into. I put them in the washer.
Welcome to the Laundry Podcast. What the fuck? I hate laundry so much, and the fact that we're talking about it makes me upset. I quit.
Sorry. We don't have to.
I think you're just jealous because you have 8 loads of laundry that you can't put in the dryer and then take out and put away.
I am. I'm jealous that I have 8 loads. I got loads for days, son.
I mean, you guys saw how I did laundry in Texas.
Yeah, you randomly went into people's rooms and then started putting their clothes into the washing
I
machine.
needed full loads. I
And
like
then,
to have
and
my
then,
clothes
and then
there.
when people went looking for their clothes, they're like, "Where are my clothes at?" Nikki's like, "Oh, I just washed your underwear and your shirts and everything." And
Yeah,
they're like,
and
"What?"
there you go, and here you go.
Yeah, I caught Nikki in my room just sniffing my panties. It's fucking
Your
freaky.
panties?
Nikki made a pube
Boxer
mustache out of everybody's boxers.
Yeah, I saw you take one of those pairs back home. I
Oh
see
yeah,
it.
I do have a pair of boxers, but they were
I'm missing a
they
pair.
were from the washer.
Yeah, I think I was missing like a pair of socks or something, but you know, I kind of chalked it up to the game of Nikki being allowed to do whatever she wanted. And I'm all-
Now,
I'm not allowed to do what I wanted. I tried to leave everything in the laundry room for you guys so you'd see it.
yeah, but you've mixed it. People, I don't know what D Bird brought versus what Crit brought versus what Almighty VA brought. I don't know. I know my clothes, but what if we brought the same shit? Then I have to guess 50-50 which one is mine and
Ain't
which one is
nobody
his.
had the same shit.
I think we know which VAs brought.
Well, I mean,
Bunch of Hey Arnold socks and shit.
well, his fucking room looked like a war zone. I'm surprised. I don't know how that man got packed on time, ready to go. Because the one time he told me to get something out of his room, I thought I was gonna die. His clothes everywhere. Like literally, it was like he just dropped his pants with the shoes at the legs and just stepped out of them and left the pants and the shoes there. And like the next day, he's like, "I'm just gonna put on new pants and shoes and leave these here as evidence that I wore them already." And he did that for 7 days straight. And I don't know how he cleaned up that room on the final day, but he did it, and it was immaculate.
Dude, I'm a Hanes boy. Straight up. I bought 4 new packs of boxer briefs, Hanes, Fred Meyers today. I'd rather just buy new underwear, buy new socks instead of ever doing laundry, honestly.
Did you buy him because Mike Jordan?
No, I have a different reason.
Hmm.
It's ominous to say. have a different reason I buy Hanes.
Different reason.
Cliffhanger for next week's episode.
So you like the tagless?
Why would you want tags in your underwear?
I don't know.
Do they have tags in women's underwear still?
Yeah.
Shout out H&M for sure.
Do you leave it in or do you take it out?
I normally take it out. And same thing with bras, and then I'm like, "Fuck, what size was this?" When I go to buy a new bra.
Nikki, is it true that girls' boobies change size depending on how much period blood they ate?
Yes.
Did you ever okay, if you were giving birth and a fetus popped out, would you eat like just a little bit of it?
What are we doing here?
I'm interviewing.
I don't.
Okay.
This is basically like fucking Anderson Cooper.
I don't think so. Maybe like some can't you like make like skin cream out of it?
Heard that. Yeah, heard that.
I don't know.
A
it's
dude
all
on TikTok say
gross.
that he was like, gaining the power of his baby or some shit. Took it to the dome.
Right to the dome. That's
Yeah.
like some vampire shit.
That's kind of vampire shit, huh?
Bulger's into vampire
Oh,
stuff.
bro.
Do you like vampires, Nikki?
I do. We had this talk before.
I know we did. I'm segueing back to it.
Hmm.
Would you let a vampire bite you?
Yes.
No reservations at all. Just straight yes. Gotcha.
That was a quick yes.
Fuck yeah, I would.
Nikki could be at the club in the bubble machine. Some guy walks up to her, shows some fangs, and is like, "Can I bite you?" She's like, "Sure." It'll save you from the foam.
There's a fucking creepy, I don't know.
You don't know who's gonna walk out of the phone.
There's like a creepy 55-year-old that runs a retro game bar at one of the suburbs around here. Motherfucker, had like a red carpet in front of his building establishment full of retro games, wouldn't let me pass without giving a spiel of how the thing works. Full set of vampire teeth. Just in his bar. Just goes about his daily life running a business with vampire teeth.
Like the pop-in ones, or he had his teeth filed into vampire fangs?
Fucking full filed ones. It wasn't like the cheapo plastics you get in Halloween. It was like, oh, this is your life. This is your life. Yeah.
Wild.
Did he have the reptile tongue too, where he split the tongue in the middle?
Didn't have that, but my buddy went on a date with a stripper that had that, and that was interesting to meet her for the first time. Like, that's one to bring home to mom.
Would you really be ashamed to bring that nice young lady home to your mother?
I think it would put her in an early grave. So no, I'd be all for it.
What if she was like one of those people, gifts of affirmation? Like she just gave everybody everything in the world. She was the sweetest person in the world. She just had a lizard tongue.
I think there's a.
You don't think she can win your? You don't think she can win your mom over?
Look, I'm
Hi, Mrs.
open-minded.
Bird.
I'm open-minded. My mom is not. I'll just say that.
She couldn't snake charm your mom into loving her?
Speaking of my weekend, I just went to Comedy in the Park. It's like free comedy show on Friday. And the comedians had a joke about that, love languages. He was like, I feel robbed because I went first. I was like, oh, I like words of affirmation. She goes second and says presents. Like, I didn't know that was an option. Oh, you just, okay, yeah. My love language is floor mats. I need a couple new ones. You can get that.
How often should you change the floor mats in your car?
I've never done it. Are
Me
you
either.
supposed to?
Same.
I think I only did it one time when I left one at the car wash by accident, and I didn't like having bare floor in the back for some reason because I don't ever ride back there. But it's beyond the point. It's the aesthetic of it. Need dual floor mats in the back.
Here's my question to you guys. Do you keep your interior of your car clean?
Yes.
Are you, like, immaculate? Yeah.
I try.
No, I have yet to meet a woman, and not to be sexist, that has a fairly clean car.
Hot take.
It's not really a hot take if you've ridden in a woman's car before.
Bitches' cars look like shit.
I think I have
Paradise
a clean car.
2023.
What do you say, Nikki?
I think I have a clean car.
Oh, Self-Saver's wife's car. See, I need to meet more clean women, I guess. Meet dirty, scandalous skanks.
But hanging out with ratchet ass hoes.
Yeah.
They're so nice, though.
Try finding some girls at a library, not a fucking
Library.
Yourself at a
dumpster
border.
rave.
I don't know that I would
fucking
ever want to meet anybody at the
college, though.
library enough to get to know them.
No, I know. Libraries are just full of bums these days.
Clean people do live. So here's my thing with cleaning. I grew up in a house full of hoarders who never got rid of shit. There was one time that my dad got irate at me. This was right before I decided to leave the house at 18, where we had like this dish in the den of walnuts. That dish of walnuts had to have been like 8 years old. Like nobody ever ate the walnuts. Don't know why I had a nutcracker. Don't know why they were there. I got home from college after dropping out, and I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. I'm throwing it away. Clean the den up, and it was the biggest, like World War III was happening because I threw away some walnuts. And it was at that point I knew I could no longer be a Floridian. I am now going to be a Texan. And I moved out. True story. Clean people are not insane. The other thing is, like, when I go to work, well, when I did have a job in an office, I didn't ever want to come back the next day and like see the shit that I didn't finish the day before. Even if I didn't finish everything, like putting shit away, it made me feel like, okay, I can start the day fresh again rather than waking up, going to the office, and then there's a pile of shit that obviously, you know, you have to take care of. And obviously you failed to do the day before. It's a mental thing.
I'm not going to lie.
You are about to lie. Don't lie.
My best, like a few months ago, my best friend came over with like a plastic bin of all these cleaning supplies and sat me down and was like, your fucking shower's disgusting. are you doing okay? Like mentally, are you okay? It's just like
I'm not that anal about it. It's just like loose messes. Like I would rather put away. Like, but you're not gonna walk in my house and catch me like washing the floorboards or some shit like that. That's just too much.
That's just too much.
like you have one blood orgy in your shower, and all of a sudden people come calling.
It's a blood orgy.
What is a blood orgy?
If you have to ask, then you don't deserve to know.
Is that how this works now? I'm gonna start saying random things and then use that as my rebuttal.
It's a great rebuttal.
Nikki, what kind of cleaner are you? You seem like an in-between person. Like your attention has to be on it before you clean it. Otherwise, it will pile up in the background.
Yeah, I guess. Like, I'm like, what's in the background right now? Like, does it look dirty? No, I keep these like totes in every room.
Totes for what?
Like if there's something that I have out in the kitchen that, you know, maybe I brought in from my car because I was rushing, because I'm always rushing because I'm late for everything. Like, and you know, I'll throw it in this tote, and then at the end of the day, I kind of take like the tote around, like handbag tote.
So you have a tote in every room?
Basically, yeah. Like if I need to bring shit, where if I'm like planning on going somewhere that day, like, and you know, I gotta bring different things from different places, like I'll put that stuff by the door, like in this tote, and bring the tote in my car.
I'm not sure that that's not worse than either being a hoarder or over cleaning.
I'm like a shuffler.
Yeah.
I mean, I put things away. I actually have to vacuum. I sprinkle carpet and vacuum powder and totally forgot to vacuum. Right, I was like, oh shit, the show. I'm like,
good old vacuum powder. Does that shit work?
I
Really?
like it. I like it for the basement because it's the basement.
Wait, and so all you do is just like sprinkle it and then just leave it?
You've never used vacuum powder before?
Yeah, like
I've never used a vacuum before.
You never.
Jesus Christ.
What?
That's for the help.
Okay, well, I use baking soda too, like that. Like I buy 10-pound bags of baking soda.
Excuse me?
I buy 10-pound bags of baking soda.
And then you do what with it?
Sprinkle the carpet.
With baking soda?
Yeah.
Where did you learn this?
My grandma.
Why did your grandmother ask you to sprinkle baking soda on the carpet?
It's the carpet. I just something I've seen her do.
Have you seen the carpet cleaner after you sprinkled the baking soda on?
You see the shit in the baking soda.
I think that's just the shit in the carpet that you're vacuuming up, not the baking soda doing anything.
Baking soda and vinegar.
Baking soda and wait.
They
Both
clean
on the carpet?
everything. No, only.
Oh, okay.
Need to.
What do you mean you need to? Is there blood stains on your carpet?
No. Sometimes you get stains, but no, just like if there's a stain, like if you spill something, like I spilled sauce the other day.
Right. Getting out a stain is one thing, but just randomly walking around the house sprinkling baking soda and vinegar sounds insane.
I mean, yeah, that's for like stain. It's like a spot remover.
Okay. But still, the baking soda thing, that's for the refrigerator freezer, not for your carpet.
It's not only. And I use vinegar for the walls too. Vinegar makes great wall cleaner.
What does your house smell like? What does it smell like in there?
I have air fresheners like everywhere.
Because of the vinegar?
No, it doesn't smell like vinegar because after you do vinegar, like you just use a regular like cleaner.
Why don't you just use the cleaner first?
Because vinegar works fucking great.
Okay. I feel like you have some stains that I would like to ask more questions about how they got there. I feel like your life is a chaotic episode of happen chance things. Like, oh my god, I splashed spaghetti sauce all over the wall. Time to bust out the.
Hey, I don't understand. I was like, of course.
Let me bust out the vinegar. Bert, you got a gallon of vinegar in your house?
I don't have anything in my house.
30%. Got the strong stuff.
You know, it's a really good TV show, Kenny versus Spenny. And one episode was who can get a stain Whoever gets a stain first loses. They wear these white suits and then fuck with each other a bunch. You should check it out.
As
On
soon as I
YouTube.
step somewhere, I would have a stain.
You watch TV on YouTube?
Fuck yeah, I do. Especially old Canadian comedy shows from the early 2000s.
Old
Like The Kids in the Hall?
Sure.
It's
Although,
like the most famous Canadian kids show from the 2000s.
dude, that one's great. I love their slow motion jerk off from The Office. That one is forever goated as one of the best skits.
Nikki,
know
you
what I'm
down with the
talking
slow
about?
motion jerk off?
I'm always down with a slow motion jerk off.
Watching or participating?
Depends.
Don't put on your hex tools.
My hex tools actually forgot to put them back.
There's a witch.
It's literally like a rock.
When was the last time somebody called you a witch?
A couple seconds ago.
I mean, before that.
People don't really call me a witch.
Really?
Have they ever talked to you? Do you talk to people?
I talk to people everywhere.
When was the last stranger you talked to? Where was it?
Did I go
At the
anywhere
gym?
today? Like, did I go anywhere today?
That's a crazy pause to be like, when was the last time I talked? That means you talk to a lot of strangers.
What do you mean? I mean, like, you mean like having a conversation where it's not like someone that's like doing their job?
Yeah,
Because I always talk to people. Like,
I know that. That's what I'm wondering.
Yesterday at the gym,
Yesterday at the gym, what did y'all talk about?
I
Gym
just,
stuff?
yeah, like helping me.
Am I intruding on some private stranger conversation?
No,
My
I'm like,
bad.
I
just
talk to
curious.
people, like, there's, I'll say hi to people.
I'm just curious. I want to be able to walk up to strangers like you do and just tell them my life story.
I don't.
I don't just be like, I mean, I don't know. I don't. be
Anytime,
like that.
Nikki, anytime you tell people that you're into rocks, that's personal information.
I love rocks though. It's not that personal.
It
Everybody
is
thinks
very
that.
personal. Bird,
I mean,
would you ever
that
tell
says a
somebody
lot
about
about
your
you right there.
I had a conversation about rocks yesterday.
Bird? Would you ever tell a stranger about your card collection?
I try to give as little information to strangers as possible.
Exactly.
I'm a very private person, except for when I bare all my secrets on a internationally televised podcast.
I'm a private person.
If you walk up to me and you tell me you love rocks, that is like an open invitation to your house, to your life, and to your soul.
Why?
It's true.
Because now I have stereotyped you as a rock collector, and I have no choice but to probe you for more information.
Probe you
Or
for
if you
your
don't
rocks.
want to be a friend with a rock collector, then you could just leave it where it lays.
The fuck does that mean?
That means she values her rocks over your friendship.
No.
Let me tell you what that means. That means if she's outside and she sees a random person pick up a rock, she walks over to them and has a conversation with
I
them.
totally do.
Like,
What'd you find?
You ever been geocaching?
Yeah.
mm,
I
Figured
go
you might.
geocaching. But Jamie, one of my best friends, well, my main like best friend since like middle school, junior high. She is a geocacher. Like, we literally geocache every time we go anywhere.
I feel like there's got to be a bar in there somewhere, right? Like stacking that geocache. Something there.
nah.
Locate.
Let smarter people than me figure it out.
Give that one to AWOL. Let him figure that one out.
Yeah. Hey, well, you got homework.
Clearing cache or something.
Do you guys rank your friends?
I have like my closer friends. It's more like circles, not like the first, second, or third.
Yeah, but do you go counterclockwise or clockwise? There's got to be a starting point in
All
your
of that first circle is just me and my self-love is the center.
You're selfish. Is that what you're saying?
When it comes to self-love.
I think everyone's selfish. It's just what extent are you willing to admit it, right?
Yeah, me and a buddy I used to work with, he coined it as the asshole theory. You know, everybody in the world is an asshole. It's just, how much of an asshole are you? Are you a major asshole and nobody likes you? Or are you slightly an asshole and everybody genuinely accepts your level of assholeness,
Everything's a spectrum, man.
right, Nikki?
Do you guys accept my assholeness?
Sometimes.
I accept your asshole.
Okay. Sometimes. Aw.
You're questioning my answer and not his answer.
I like to be accepted.
I don't think you heard what he said.
You accept
Okay.
my asshole?
Yes, Nikki, that's what he said.
I heard him.
Okay, but still, my answer is in question. Gotcha. Your asshole is up for grabs, but sometimes it's not acceptable.
What?
Dice
Nothing.
just being a weirdo because he says weird shit and then has to like defend himself on air. Like,
Sometimes-
oh, can't say anything these days. Women, am I right? And I'm just like, no, man, you're on your own here.
You say that you don't always accept my assholeness, so
I don't have to.
Hmm.
Why should you accept everybody's assholeness all the time?
You're my friend.
I can be your friend and then say I don't want some of this asshole right now. I can take a
I know,
pause
you
on
have to
asshole.
take my asshole when I give it.
I don't have to. I don't think so. I don't think that's true. Some days I may not want asshole. Some days I just want to be asshole free.
Well,
What, do you just take asshole all day, every day?
if it's my friend, yeah,
Jesus,
that's what
Nikki.
friends do.
Didn't you break down crying over the plumbing the other day? This is why. This is why. You need a mental break from everybody else.
Muscles.
I think I might have said this before on the podcast, but I definitely got into improv and found myself doing every scene as a Long Island asshole just because it was so relieving to be up there and like, hey, what the fuck's wrong with you? You know, like, you got to get that out. There's an energy that you have to release, you know?
Have you ever been to Long Island?
Fuck no.
So this is the stereotyping podcast. Gotcha. Got where we're going with this one.
I
So
mean,
Nikki- Nikki, how's that toilet working? Is it back functional?
I have some of the Drano, the low Rhine told me to get in it. Well, flushed. I can't flush it for 6 to 8 hours now.
Why? Because the label said so?
Yeah, it's got to go.
You scared of the label?
No, it's got to go through the line. But I mean, they've been okay.
Okay. Nice swirls in a normal.
Not full tank emptying, not full bowl emptying, which is what's annoying. But
I feel like ever since Dumb and Dumber, that's been like one of my biggest fears. Is just going over to a girl's house, taking a shit, and just not having it flush.
I warn people, like, take them over. I'm like, just use this toilet today. Not that one's not good today. It's the other one seems to be working better, but you might flush it a couple times.
Would you judge your friend if they came over and you walked into the bathroom after this and they happened to leave a pile of feces in there? Would you judge them based on leaving the feces or how the feces look?
I wouldn't. I just flush it and be like,
Like, what if it's
why
like
wouldn't you flush it? That's my thing. Is like,
I see Bird is confused, so let me draw you a picture. Like, would you be upset over a solid feces laying there or like splatter in the bowl? That's what I'm talking
Yeah, which one's worse?
Yeah, which is worse? Like, would you go out and ask your friend, like, hey, do you need like some Pepto Bismol? Or you're like, hey man, I just noticed you forgot to flush. No worries, I got you.
I feel like most people wouldn't even bring it up. The polite people, at least.
yeah.
We're
I would
talking
just
about
have that in
assholes
the
now.
back of my mind the whole time. Be like, ew, you're ew.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely going to be a memorable, like, this guy splatters the toilet. Like, hey, if you're going to stay over here, let's do short visits type thing. Or maybe let's not stop by my house after we go out to eat lunch. Maybe let's hang out and talk for a little bit and use the bathroom first before we go. What are you looking at, Nikki?
Nikki's not impressed by this.
No, she's a splatterer, that's why.
Fuck?
Splish splash, bish bash.
I mean, like, is your shits always the same? What the fuck?
Nikki's offended. My bad, Nikki. I don't mean to offend all the splatters out there.
All right, here's a serious question. Bigger the butts, bigger the poops.
No.
I don't know.
I feel like there's more space for a poop to float around in a big old giant dump truck.
I don't think that's how the anatomy works.
Just floating around in the big old butt. Just big old poop floating around.
You think that's how it works? Is like if your butt gets wider, like your intestines droop over to the side and take up butt space?
I've seen some giant butts, and especially on those like, my 400-pound lives. You can't tell me they have the same size poops as me. There's no way.
All right, yeah, you lend my mind into a logical direction where now I wonder, are the poops bigger?
Right. We need to get to the bottom of this. Hey, Wall, you got more homework, bro. Find some big butts.
I mean, I can imagine if you eat a bigger meal, then yeah, you probably have bigger poops, right? Right, Nikki?
I mean, I think the bigger meal, yeah, and depending on what you eat, like if you eat something that's just gonna like make you have like liquid poops, it's not a bigger poop.
Nikki, for or against drinking your own breast milk?
I don't know. That's really weird.
Why is it weird?
I
People do it all
would
the
not
time. It's
drink
natural.
someone's breast milk.
We're humans. Why wouldn't you drink human
Not even like your sister?
sustenance?
I don't know, man.
Mm.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
no,
don't know.
man.
It freaks me out.
What if you were doing the very... I got two stories here. What if you're doing the very Caucasian act of climbing Mount Everest, happen to be stranded halfway up the mountain with a pregnant woman? She's like, hey, no worries. We can make it through the night. We've got breast milk.
I would, if I needed to survive, I'd drink someone's titty. Yeah.
There you go. What, out of the titty? Hold on. I'm thinking like containers. Whoa.
I just was thinking like we're cold and we're probably already curled up together. Like I might as well just suck our titties. Like, right? Not let out any heat.
Now we're getting somewhere. So you're thinking like, okay, we're curled up. Let me suck on that titty real quick.
You're like, let me just get us both warm. Like, should get my breath. I'll get some tit.
Nikki's the type, hey, pop it out real quick. Let me warm up, and then we can go back.
Blood in breast milk or something though?
Isn't what?
Isn't there like blood in breast milk or something? I don't know.
Maybe. You would let a vampire bite you, but you're not drinking bloody milk?
That's something else sucking me and me not sucking that.
I mean, you just asked her to pop out her titty rather than put it in a container. I feel like you're sucking
I
something.
Maybe I'll put it in a container just to suss it out first. But I don't know if I'm gonna die. Like I'm gonna be sucking whatever. Like that will keep me alive.
But why is that so gross? Why wouldn't you want to drink some human breast milk?
I don't know. Someone else's body fluids? Like
I'm with Nikki. It's weird as fuck. I did hear that it tastes like Fruity Pebbles, which one of my favorite cereals.
Then what makes cow and oat and goat milk so delicious to us, but the thought of drinking human milk disgusts us?
I don't know.
Honestly, once you get past like 12, if you still drink milk, you're a fucking psychopath.
I love milk.
You're a psycho. Do you not eat cereal?
Oh, cereal's better without.
All right.
Give me the driest frosted mini wheats you got possible. Give me it so fucking dry.
We really need some more black people on this show. Dry cereal is...
I agree.
Dry cereal is okay. I mean, but I haven't eaten dry cereal since I was 12, to your point. I stopped eating just cereal out of my hand when I stopped being a child.
You're missing out because it makes great pocket snacks.
See, even T has questions. T, who just sits and observes silently, is now concerned because the milks have said, I eat dry cereal out of my hand.
Dude, that was like my dinner for like a few days last week, was just doing the claw down into a box of frosted mini wheats.
Do you write on the box for your roommate, this has been handed, raw handed?
I mean, if it's your own, like their roommate. should understand.
We just eat our own.
Should
stuff.
understand. Wait, well,
That
your
if they're
roommate.
making your food, it's probably gonna have your germs in it.
Yeah.
No, that should be.
I didn't get it to share.
Don't eat my food.
That should be a understood, verbalized agreement or written down somewhere that have your hands and your grimy little fingers on it.
Mm.
I don't.
That's
get
like
it.
that's like saying
That's
that's
not-
like saying if you live with me, expect that at some point I scooped peanut butter with my 2 fingers and licked my fingers and put it back in there.
I mean, peanut butter is more shared than like cereal, right? Like
I eat out of my peanut butter can.
See,
that's a little weird.
I love spoon peanut butter.
Yeah.
Nikki,
It's my own though.
Nikki, if we were ever
Butter.
to live in the same 4 walls, I need a written list of everything that you physically put your hand in.
If we were if we were living together, I would probably drink milk out of my carton. So don't drink my milk. But every person will see me do that. Oh, there's a different carton.
Carton.
I drink cartons, like the paper cartons.
You say carton like a pour.
Like a what?
A pour.
Pour.
Carton? I don't know. How else do you say carton? But anyways, and then peanut butter. I like spoons and peanut butter.
You're a double dipper.
Cheerios.
Again, I go back to Seinfeld that you two so lovingly hate, and there's so many things that describe you guys that happen in
Lovingly hate.
Seinfeld episodes.
It's the worst.
Look, okay, but like to be fair, if you're like, having a fry or a chicken nugget, one dip doesn't do the whole thing. You need to do two.
Facts. So just send me. I flip it around unless it's my own. Then I'm gonna double dip because it's my own shit.
Yeah. Get your own fucking dip.
Get
once
your
you're
own
concerned about
shit.
it. Yeah, no shit. Get the fuck out of here. You don't have to share with me. I'm just saying.
Right.
I feel like both of you kind of like mentally
I'll
checked
share
out
them.
when COVID happened. Like
Right.
there's a reason that diseases spread.
Like really, like my what lips touching the end of a French fry is gonna really be passing along COVID.
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here. No, it isn't. Dude, what we all learned was COVID was a fucking lie put on by the government full of white supremacists in charge of population control.
I really need to put that disclaimer on our intro.
Satire only.
Yeah. I mean, I keep
Satire only.
putting us in the comedy entertainment categories,
we're
but
not that.
I feel like it's not enough.
Yeah, we're not that.
Listen, as somebody that would be like a roommate or a guest, like I would never offer you something that I have licked or drank out of or anything. So
I mean, that might make it hotter.
Offer you something I'd lick. What?
What?
Because that's how babies are made. You lick the same celery stick and boom, got a baby celery.
and broccoli.
Hell yeah.
That'd be
Baby
weird to
carrot.
go over to some young lady's house and she's like slicing up the cucumber she used as a dildo. But Peaches would probably like that.
What?
I mean, what are you going to do? Throw it away?
Of course not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it'd be weird. She's like, oh yeah, I used this the other day. And then you like tilt your head to the side, like, what do you mean by that? As you're taking a bite. You wait for her to describe whatever it is that she means.
I mean, to be fair, cucumbers are fucking gross anyways.
I love cucumbers.
What's wrong with water?
It doesn't taste like water.
It
It's
does.
like fucking diarrhea. It's disgusting.
The fact that you know what diarrhea tastes like is a whole nother topic, but
Yeah,
it does not taste. All
cucumbers.
right.
No, pickles are even worse. And you know what's fucked up is there's a local like feeder team to the Arizona Diamondbacks called the Pickles. And this fucking team pickles beets, pickle chips, pickles, all this shit. Like the only things you get at the vending machines and the vendors are pickle bullshit. It's disgusting.
Bird, you would have a hard time in the South.
I know I would.
I love
I'm too fucking white to be in the South for one.
pickled pig feet in a jar. I remember that at the corner store.
I hate pickled shit, but I do love pickles.
Do you like Kool-Aid pickles?
What?
Pickles soaked in Kool-Aid.
I've never heard or seen that.
You don't have any black friends, do you?
This is like the only way to ruin Kool-Aid. Like, you found it. You found the only way to ruin Kool-Aid. Congratulations.
I don't think it ruins it. I think it enhances the pickle.
Puke.
All right.
Nothing can enhance a pickle. And the worst part is if some fucking fuck loser forgets to take it off of your burger, then the whole burger's ruined. You have to throw it away because the whole fucking thing got seeped in pickle juice.
I will agree with that. I like pickles, but I don't like pickles on things.
Vampire 7. No, I would never just go into my friends' cabinets and be like, oh, what you got in here? I would fucking never do that. And it doesn't even matter if this is my best friend for 10 years. Like, that's not how I was raised. That's fucking kind of rude, I think.
You don't help
Would you
yourself
guys?
in your friend's house?
No.
Wait,
Would you?
are we talking about like food or are we talking
Yeah.
about
Like
Yeah.
a glass of water.
You just like open the fucking fridge and be like, what you got today?
so
Feed
I
me.
I think proper etiquette depends
I
on
don't
how
live with my siblings.
how you were welcomed into the house. Like if I just come into the house and you're like you guide me to the couch or whatever, then I'm not gonna open anything that I am not told to. If you
You're
say
like, I'm not even getting up until you tell
right,
me.
I'm not touching anything. I'm not wandering. I don't want to open a door and find your grandma banging some 20-year-old. I don't want to see anything I don't want to be exposed to. If you walk me into your house and you're like, hey, kitchen's over there. If you get hungry, drinks are, here, food's here, then okay, I may wander in there, but still that depends on how clean your house is. Because if I see roaches or I see shit piled up, I'm staying on the couch, not going anywhere, not touching anything until I watch it physically prepared from start to finish.
Staying in a guest room.
You never been somewhere where somebody had roaches? Yeah, I've been to people's houses that had roaches.
I've never seen that, but
No.
that's one of the perks for, again, not living in the South. Boom.
They don't have roaches up north?
We don't have
No, they
roaches
don't.
or
No,
palmetto
I mean-
bugs or any of that shit.
Staying in
palmetto
a
bug.
guest room, I would probably get
Fine.
myself a glass of water, but I think the appropriate, rules of engagement here are like, yo, do you have, any soda? Do you have something to eat? Do you have any chips? Like, I would throw it out there like that of like, here's what I want. As
You just
kind
want to
of
be served is what you want. You
I
want
mean-
you're like, hey, can I get a glass of water, servant? Can I get some chips?
I would even get it myself, but I'm not going to just do it on my own and be like, oh, here's some chips. Yum. Open it up. No, it's like, hey, do you have anything to snack on? I'm kind of hungry.
What if the
Oh,
chips
you
are like
do?
sitting? What if they have like the big family size chips on the counter and like you're eyeballing, you're side eyeing it? You wouldn't ask like, "Hey, can I get some chips?"
I would probably ask, but then again, if it's like a party and they put it out there for people, then yeah, I'll just
No.
open it.
Just you and your friend sitting right across from each other, staring each other's eyes.
I would be like, yo, can I get some of those chips?
I still have chips out. I have them in a bowl if even I have one person open, or at least my candy bowl.
Is it a melted record? Your bowl?
No, that's right there. Oh,
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
Where is my bowl?
East Coast
It's
people.
it's in your tote that you toss
Yeah.
random objects in.
Liv has seen my totes.
Yeah, Vampire. I can totally see that. East Coast people are a little bit more. If I see it, it's free. It's fair game.
Yeah. Yeah, the fucking egregiousness of this. It happened to me at my house back in the day. Like, we'd have all these like Scooby-Doo fruit snacks, Gushers, fruit roll-ups,
I
all
do
the
that.
best shit. My friends would just go into the cabinets and be like, "Oh, yum!" And before you know it, like the whole fucking box has like 6 of them. Oh, now I'm down to 4 because you motherfucking couldn't even ask me. It's crazy.
I'll tell you guys what the
Nice
worst
memory.
is, because you guys wouldn't know about this, but when other people's kids come over and those kids are not used to having access to snacks and they see that your kid has the self-control not to just eat snacks 24/7 and they're like, I'm in fucking Candyland. Can I have this? Can I have that? Like, you little fucking creep monster eater food, you go back home and eat your porridge or whatever the fuck it is that your parents feed you if you can't contain yourself. Don't come over here and eat my kid's shit.
So a couple of years ago, I went over to a friend's house. It was like a coworker. Just for context, she's East Indian, right? So she has a very strict household. She's raising her kid like with, 1 hour screen time a day. And he was just so excited and annoying to like, oh, adults, brr, you want to see my dinosaurs? Brr. And I'm just like, oh my God, no, kid, get the fuck away. So what she did was she's like, Sid, you can have access to the TV. And he's like, oh my God. And then she's like, do you want some snacks too? Mama will make you some snacks. She made him like celery sticks and fucking
Nutella.
carrots. Yeah, well, not even like anything, just like here's some celery and some carrots, and he was like over the fucking moon, like celery with raisins.
Yeah, that's the kind of kid that I'm talking about. Where they open up the pantry at my house and they're like, oh my God, I've just found a leprechaun and I followed it to the end of the rainbow and this is gold, and I'm like, you need to get the hell out of my house because this is just a normal day for us. My kid will wake up, turn on his iPad within 5 minutes. He'll go to sleep staring at the iPad. He's fine. He does the normal shit of look what I can do, like Stewart on Mad TV, but every kid does that.
Dude, let me ask you guys if this is fucked up. So this same person took her kid out trick-or-treating, right? Spends, hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever, going around the neighborhood, collecting all the candy. Didn't let him have any of it. Literally took the bag into the office the next day. Is like, who wants candy? And we're like, fuck yeah, we want candy. And we're like,
whoa,
wait,
she gave away her kid.
Collect this all, and you're giving it all away to us? That's fucked up, right?
That is, yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, what do you tell the kid when you're like confiscating the candy and you're like, okay, this is for my coworkers now, so that I can keep my job and you can have some celery.
Bro, that's like abuse, man.
Did you guys report her to Child Protective Services?
What's up?
Did you guys report her to Child Protective Services?
Bro,
I think you
did
should.
worse than that.
They worked for the candy. I mean, like, you can give him candy for a long time.
No, he's talking about the kid went
I know,
around.
it's fucked up. The kid worked for the candy. He deserves the candy.
So we should call CPS on this lady is what we're saying, right?
Well, yeah,
I think we're in agreement here, right?
Yeah, she's already locked up. She's already locked up for her candy abuse.
She deserves it. But no, I mean, I think
here's your raisins and celery instead. Like, fucking what?
I don't know. I think that's kind of like a side effect of people's parents saying you can't watch TV too much, you can't do this too much, and then kids never learn any fucking self-control, and then I don't know, they end up being a lot weirder than they need. I'm not saying being weird is bad, but I'm saying in this scenario where it's like you get exposed to some things and you don't know how to handle yourself, you lose your shit.
Well, yeah, because it's so rare for you. And then when you get to a point where you have a little bit more decision making, a little bit more freedom, then you go all in on those things. So that's why, like, any hard stances against like TV, alcohol, drugs, like all these things, there's like, no, we don't even talk about that in this household. Like, those things don't exist. It's like, well, no, they do exist. My friend just showed me them. Okay, I love this. Okay, I'm gonna be a fucking heroin addict for the rest of my life.
Shout out Wampity Wamp for the sub, appreciate it, and
Yes.
welcome Jersey Loop.
Womp womp.
Oh, Wampity Wamp, my bad.
Womp.
Wampity Wamp, Wamp Wamp, same thing.
Womp womp.
Nikki, what's the thing that was withheld from you when you were a kid that you went crazy over? Penis?
What the fuck?
Man, Dice has some hot takes today. Spicy.
That's
both.
what
As
Oh.
kids,
I was close. Vulgar said love. Penis, love, interchangeable. That's a deep cut right there. I wouldn't even go that low.
Fuck, I don't know. No, I can't top that.
Can't top love. You get love on White Collar Rhymes, don't you? Tell everybody how loved you are on the White Collar Rhymes community.
I am so loved on the WCR community that I get to do.
Say it so that wait, stop. Say it so that the
Sounded
new
like a
people who just
hostage.
joined. Yeah, say it so the new people who just joined our stream and our chat believe you.
I'm
Don't
still kind of fucked up off of
so
my
loved.
siblings' comment about our childhood. Okay.
That's your sibling. I'm talking about White Collar Rhyme. Well, damn it. I guess she's a
I'm
member of it.
saying I'm still a little fucked up from that. All right.
All right. Well, here's no love.
WCR shows me love. It shows
Like
me that you love me because I get to do 2 shows a week with my favorite people, and I have a safe place for my Joe Jam family.
And people will spend 6 hours helping you fix your toilet.
Fix my toilet, fucking low Brian, or any other issues. Oh, I think I'm up for a draft right now too. Sorry, y'all.
Which I need to apologize to you, Nikki, because I glanced at my phone during that day, and having previously worked in an HVAC warehouse full of plumbing supplies, I neglected to chime in any helpful advice.
It's okay. I figured it out, kind of.
After sitting on the floor crying because you
It
couldn't.
was because I couldn't twist the fucking thing.
I mean,
It was so like crusted over. I was like, what the fuck? Like screaming at this thing. I'm glad it didn't record it.
calcium in the water, baby.
What?
It's calcium in the water. It's
had
mineral buildup.
everything. Oh, I don't think that's been changed for 20 years. I literally had to pull that whole top thing off and grab one side and grab the other side with my legs like wrapped around the tank of the toilet. It was so I was like, I can't leave this like this. Like I'm like, the one thing that stopped me is my muscles. I'm like, damn it.
If only you
It was a
had a man
realization
in your
of
life to
my-
help you out.
That's what I was like crying. I'm like, I don't need a fucking man. What the fuck? I was so mad because the tools weren't working.
How often do women reach that point to where they're like, damn, I wish I had a man to come do this? Is that like a genuine question? Is that like a frequent thing?
I do not come to that point often. So
you were desperate.
What got me even more angry was that I was at that point. I was like, I'm so stupid.
It's like, damn, if I had one of those dick motherfuckers to come in here and
I'm
just
like,
help with
I
this.
have the littlest muscles. I just need a man.
You know what's fucked
I've
up?
never done like that.
You know what's fucked up is I recognize that there is this dichotomy in our society of like, oh, I can't get the pickle jar open, or like, oh, my tire's flat. All right, let's turn to the dude. I'm like, I'm not gonna help you. I can't change a fucking tire. Look at me.
You can't change a tire?
No, of course not.
Nikki, can you change a tire?
Not handy.
I can
Wait.
change the tire, I can change my oil and plug the wires.
But you can't screw the.
I could. I ended up getting it. I had like rubber gloves and like fucking every grippy thing I could fucking find. I tried a wrench, I tried channel locks, I tried fucking everything, and it sucked because the damn thing on the bottom of the toilet.
That's not gonna help out your toilet thing.
What?
You tried fucking everything. That's not gonna help your situation. I don't know. That connects.
I mean,
It's almost got some muscles.
Yeah, the wrench won't work with my hands. Let's see what else I can do here.
you can't change a tire for real, Bird. Never change a tire.
No.
I have AAA though. I really
I've
don't
got
need to
AAA
change
too.
the tire.
Yeah.
I got AAA for my RV too. So.
Maybe it's because of the environment I grew up in, but I'm not sitting on the side of the road waiting for AAA. I'm getting the fuck out of there as soon as I can.
Yeah, I guess me too, but I still end up calling them.
So
Unless I'm like on like an interstate highway, I could see in that case. Well, but even still, like I would have to have no spare available for me to call.
Though, too.
so I was,
Wonder why.
I don't know. I'm just friendly.
So I actually got in a car accident on the way back from the coast. We were going down this snowy mountain pass, right? Everyone's going like 20 miles an hour. It wasn't even that fast. But there was a giant truck in front of me that literally slid on the ice and then went sideways in the middle of the road right in front of us. And there's nothing you can do. Like we tried to slow down. We ended up just sliding sideways right into the rear view mirror. went right through the passenger side window, shattered it completely. I was sitting there, so got a little mirror in my face. Luckily, no injuries, but we're off on the side of the road in the middle of the fucking winter. Snow's coming down. I call AAA, and they're like, "Yeah, you shouldn't be driving on that. We can't send anyone to save you."
Yeah.
For the same reasons you split out, we're all busy, and we can't go up there.
Shout out AAA for the logical, humid advice. Like, hey, dumbass.
Fuck AAA. I'm sorry, they're my car insurance too, and I have been having nothing but issues with them since June 30th.
You know why that is? AAA is an old man sport. AAA is designed to go after seniors who recognize 3 A's and say, sure, I'll give you money monthly to cover stuff that I probably will never use.
And when you do need to use it, they fucking don't come anyways.
Exactly. Get somebody else other than AAA if you want to use your services. I will definitely recommend you that.
Unless you sponsor the podcast, then everyone go out and get AAA.
Shout out AAA. This podcast is brought to you by AAA. We'll be there if you're snowed in and you have a side view mirror come through your window. Maybe.
And this isn't AAA the company. This is AAA the battery as a concept.
Yeah.
Correct.
Where the AAA is like Canadian A's, like AAA.
All right. Now
it's like the Canadian Fat Albert.
But the last time I was in Florida, my brother, he refused to get new tires, and then he of course ended up with a flat somewhere in a very troubling neighborhood, and we didn't wait like 10 minutes. Like, he didn't have a spare, so it was like, fuck your car, take anything valuable, let's get the fuck out of here. Right. And if we come back tomorrow and it's fine, we'll just bring a tire and get out of there. But like, no, we're not waiting for the tow truck, we're not waiting for AAA. Like, I'm just looking to see if there's somebody watching us to approach us to do scandalous activities. So yeah, I know how to change a tire. Getting the fuck out of there. And Vampire, you're right. I don't understand why new cars don't come with spare tires anymore. That shit's ridiculous. Even a donut's helpful.
Mine has a spare tire. God.
Some of the new cars don't.
Freaking, I was at Home Depot today, and freaking.
Did you get a hot dog?
No, they don't sell them anymore. COVID.
Ruined everything.
I did pass the Kogel shop today though too. It's by the airport, the Kogel Meats Factory. But freaking, I get in my car and go to leave Home Depot, and this guy knocks on my window. So I roll down my window. I'm like, hi, Hey.
This is a robbery. Get out of the car.
It wasn't the one in Flint. It's like, there's something wrong with your tire. So I get out of my car and look at my tire. There's like, my tire has like this weird like dent in it. Like it's like a band's like around something that's about to explode. I'm like, fuck, now I got to handle that tomorrow. Brand new car.
It's always something.
Nikki, while I'm glad that you realized there was something troubling with your tire, you did two very alarming things that it highlights to me you have no sense of fear in the world.
What?
Stranger knocks on your window, roll it down. Hey, there's something wrong with your tire. Get out of the car.
You're nice people.
All right. It was in the parking lot though, right?
Don't go on the freeway. It was in the parking lot. He's like, don't go on the freeway. And I'm like, thanks, I appreciate that. I was about to get on the freeway.
I mean, you drove there on it.
I did. I don't even know how that happened. I haven't hit a curb. I haven't hit a curb yet.
Wait, you had to think about that?
I hit one curb, but it was like forever ago.
You know how these things work, Nikki, is like, yeah, that little tiny rock hit my windshield forever ago, and now it's a big ass crack across the
track too.
Didn't you just get this car?
I got this car less than a month ago. Or a month ago.
So I don't know what happened, but I was driving on the freeway like 70 miles an hour, and I hear this shattering thud. It sounded like a fucking gunshot. And I look up, and my moonroof has completely exploded, and there's glass all over the back seat.
What the fuck?
And so I had to, like, pull over to the side and be like, calm down, not have a heart attack for one. But two, like, what the fuck happened? There was no rocks in the back seat. There's no anything. to this day, I still don't know what the fuck that was. Maybe
Was
like a pebble from some crazy angle. I don't know.
I had a bowling alley get thrown. My mom and my dad used to drive a bus, and they had there was a bowling alley that was thrown off of
a bowling alley or a
ball,
bowling?
a bowling ball that was thrown off of an overpass. Sorry.
Oh
And
shit!
it went through their front window. Yeah, she was pregnant with I think my sisters. Yeah,
You think
are-
your sisters?
I think my sister Steph. I think she was pregnant with.
Wow.
I don't think it was me. Yeah, it's their big blue bus they had.
BBB.
Hmm.
Bert, I think I know what landed in your backseat.
What's that?
It was Batman, and then he realized it wasn't the Joker driving, just some improv wannabe, and he got out of there.
Yeah, I gave him my Long Island accent. He's like, all right, I'm fucking out of here.
He's like, "You're not the Riddler." My bad.
Hey, what you doing in my backseat?
Is a moonroof really a luxury?
I would love
I
to have
mean,
one.
it's a Mazda 3, so pretty sporty.
You could literally lean back and just watch the stars inside your car. That'd be cool.
Really?
Yeah, I wish I want to make like for the tops of tents like rain flies that are like clear so you can see the stars at night in your tents.
I guess that's a milk activity, going in your car and parking somewhere and looking at stars through the
You
moon.
don't go.
No, that's a weirdo activity. I don't fucking do that.
I did that for my birthday.
I'm sure you did.
Nikki, you need a man in your life,
Point proven.
or a woman.
Nah,
I
she's
like
doing
the
good.
stars.
Why don't you get out of the car and look at them?
I do get out and look at them. It's just I wish that I didn't have to. It's cold when I go stargazing.
Yeah, you live
They're
in-
brighter in the cold weather, and the northern lights are out in the cold
Maybe
weather.
if you cuddle up with a nice young lady and suckle on some titty milk, it won't be so cold.
Maybe.
Titty milk will warm you right up.
Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy
I
if it does taste like Fruity Pebbles.
That's what I heard.
I don't know.
Look, I'm
It
still
could be
so
warm.
confused. I'm still so confused because it's like the angle of the fucking moonroof, right? Like something must have dropped, maybe a bird.
No,
Like,
I would have still been
anything
in
coming from like the back of a tire would have just gone through my windshield, right?
there. It had to have been a rock like flying at a weird angle.
Crazy.
Or it could have been a spark plug. Those shatter windows.
Spark plug.
You never seen that? Look it up on YouTube. Since you watch television on YouTube, look up a spark plug at a window. That's how you shatter somebody's fucking window.
All right, I'm gonna give a hot tip for anyone else out there that is interested in watching some television on YouTube.
Oh,
Keys to the VIP. I feel like that's what Rouge Jepson needs. Rogue Jepson. Keys to the VIP. He'll learn everything there is to know about game from watching a bunch of Canadian pickup artists from the early 2000s try to hit on chicks with hidden cameras in a club. So hilarious.
This sounds like one of the most cringe TV shows outside of 90 Day Fiance.
Bro, it's so fucking money. They're literally like giving these challenges of like try to get a girl's number while insulting her shoes. And then meanwhile, there's like these four judges that are like, oh yeah, shouldn't have said that. And they're like roasting the guys the whole time. So good.
Save it for the Bird's Nest. This is not. I'm never gonna watch that. No.
That's what I'm saying. You guys gotta check it out. Maybe I will do an episode of The Bird's Nest.
I don't really watch shit on my own.
So you don't really watch shit at all?
No, I don't.
Burn.
What?
And
Nothing.
Suckabee from the chat did mention the Pickup Artist show, which was also there on VH1, which I fucking loved. It was basically like, oh, if you just like dress like a weirdo with a feather boa and a top hat and say the right combination of words, you can get any chick you want. That also was great TV.
This doesn't sound like great TV at all.
It was so good. The problem exists, like, I don't think any physical copies were ever made of the show, and there's nowhere to watch it streaming. I know, I've tried to find it.
Of course you did.
So I think it's just lost to fucking time now. I've literally tried to show people this show and I can't do it.
Well, you know what it is that some of the stuff that we used to have on television is pretty questionable to today's social norms. So somebody with a conscience went through and cease and desisted as much as human possible to remove any trace of it from the internet.
But the concept still remains. So
The concept may be fine.
It's kind of like the Holocaust was bad. We all agree about that. But once you start forgetting about it, that's when, the past repeats itself. So if you have these television shows chock full of misogyny and, douchey dudes being douches, you got to have that exist so people can see what not to do.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that's probably what happened is somebody who has rights to the footage went through and clean sweep the internet and said, no, this cannot surface. I mean, it's like Steve Irwin's death. There's footage of that, but that's never going to see the light of day because his family's like, nope, you motherfuckers who were there, NDA, and we will sue the living shit out of you if it ever touches the internet. So that's probably what happened.
Yeah, there was a time I really wanted to see that video too. But
I think everybody did because we couldn't believe it. Like the motherfucker who like talked to alligators and was swimming with sharks and shit. You telling me a stingray took him out? Like nobody could. I think that's like 90% of the people wanted to see it because they're like, nah, a stingray, those can kill you. Fuck out of here. Steve Irwin, fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
Like, I don't think people wanted to see it because of some morbid, like, oh, I want to see somebody die. They were like, damn, I thought that white dude from Australia was superhuman. He's like closest thing to Superman we had back in the 90s.
It's true.
Nikki,
Mm-hmm.
were you a Steve Irwin fan?
Yeah, he was okay.
Don't lie to me.
He was okay.
Oh, he's okay means that you were not a fan. He was awesome. And that's all that you said
I
about
didn't seek out to watch his shit.
Nobody did. He was just on a TV at night.
Yeah, that's what he was on TV, just like Saturday morning cartoons.
That's right, Vampire. Fuck you, Stingrays. You took a great man away from us.
Stingrays are wild.
Yeah, fuck you, stick up. Yeah. Sorry, I was actually researching where to find the pickup artist while I was trying to talk. It sounds like it might be on Apple TV too. So, yeah.
Yeah, you can log in on Apple TV.
I'm gonna watch it.
We got Apple TV. I used Succession's on HBO and Apple TV. That's the last show I watched. I think.
Never watched that, but I heard that there's some white lady on it with a big ass butt.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't watched it since it came out.
Hmm.
I didn't watch TV at all last year. So.
That's the craziest fucking thing I've ever heard. That's like a good chunk of my entire life. It's just moving pictures.
Moving pictures. Moving pictures is a hilarious way to describe TV.
I watched a movie before I came to Texas at Kretz. That was the first time that I literally watched TV.
What'd you watch?
Idiocracy.
Out of everything that you've missed in
I've never seen it.
I feel like there's so many. We could fill an entire fucking Bible's worth of all the things you're missing for not watching TV and movies.
Yeah, I haven't.
I mean, I don't watch movies
in 2021 too.
I mean, I don't watch a lot of movies and TV, but I'm at least knowledgeable about what's going on. You seem like you're trapped in a time vault somewhere.
I just don't turn it on.
What's wrong with you? Nikki, tell us what's wrong. Are you depressed?
No.
You can open up to us. This is a safe space in the internet. This is a safe pocket of the internet.
Yeah, none of these weirdos would ever do something weird with these clips.
What the fuck?
I'm not gonna acknowledge that comment because I can't confirm or deny.
I watch Gaia sometimes, but it's normally like yoga.
You watch yoga?
Yeah, I'll follow an instructor, I guess.
Why?
Ooh.
If I'm trying to do a different level, learn new. I don't know all of the yoga stuff. I stay at a pretty docile yoga level. I use it mostly for like just stretching and relaxing.
You don't like vanilla yoga?
What the fuck do you mean vanilla yoga?
Like missionary yoga?
I'm confused.
It's okay. We got a question in the chat, Bird.
I'm
Why don't you read it?
really confused.
What one movie have you watched that you wish you could unwatch? I feel like the answer that popped to my head first was Requiem for a Dream, just because it was so fucked up, and it's like you walk away just feeling bad, you know, like anytime you ever drank or maybe even smoked marijuana, you're like, oh, like that, you ruin your life. Fuck. Just spiraled so quickly.
Maybe that's why I don't drink or smoke.
You got Requiem for a Dream? Your anti-drug?
No.
Human Centipede, that is a good one.
Human Centipede.
To unwatch, it's creepy.
Do I have to have finished the movie in its entirety? Because there was one movie that I hated and I turned off after about 10 minutes.
Which one was that?
We mentioned it like early episodes of the podcast, but it was called Five Brothers in a Cadillac. And yes, it was exactly as bad as it sounds. And I couldn't make it 10 minutes into the cheesy, stereotypical plot, and I immediately popped the VHS out, didn't rewind it, and returned it to Blockbuster that evening.
How do we feel about Soul Plane? Is that another kind of...
It's a classic. It's a hood classic.
I love Soul Plane.
Okay.
It's
I love that movie. I watched that all summer over and over and over and over.
It's a bad movie for all the right reasons. It's like, hey, let's give Snoop Dogg, Kevin Hart, and a bunch of other people a budget to film a movie about a black airline. What could go right about this? Nothing. And that's what makes it so great. It's so bad it's good. Kind of like Police Academy and The Naked Gun.
Dude, here's the thing. I recognize their spot in history. I'll acknowledge a lot of people like them and have fun memories of them. I remember it was always on USA at all times. There was a Police Academy playing. Yeah, that's fun. Bad movies don't hold up.
They definitely don't hold up. Like, I know I tried to watch them as like even in my late teens, and
I don't
I'm
think I've tried to watch those since like I first seen them from my siblings watching them in the 90s.
Yeah, Police Academy, it again kind of goes back to like early days of TV where you kind of got away with questionable stuff, and even Police Academy was so like far out there, like stupid, that it doesn't have the longevity of some of the other classic stuff like The Naked Gun and National Lampoon. Well, even the National Lampoons is kind of like hit and miss. What was that other fucking shit with Hot Shots with damn, I can't remember the people in it, but Hot Shots was fucking awesome. I love that movie. It was like a knockoff of Top Gun. And then the baseball one with Charlie Sheen.
Oh.
Wild. Well, not Wild Thing.
Yeah. That was the pitcher's name, but yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about.
I literally own those VHSs. They're in my storage unit. Oh, fucking what are those called? I love all baseball movies. I was obsessed with baseball movies growing up.
One of my coworkers, he was a little older. He was like in his 50s, and one of his favorite movies of all time, and said like comedy legend, was Blazing Saddles. And I got to be honest, I tried to watch it, and I was like, you know, this is 2016 or something. I was like, again, I get it. It had its place in history. Doesn't fucking hold up. The whole movie is premised on like, yeah, but what if the sheriff was black? And everyone was like mad at him because of it. You know, like, all right, here's a one-note joke that takes up an hour and a half. No thanks.
Questionable favorite movie from your coworker there.
It's a different era, man. I've got one more answer for Vampire. Because I am who I am, looked up a bunch of lists on the internet of the most fucked up, most disturbing movies of all time. And I was like, I got to see what this is about. and A Serbian Film is the title. A Serbian Film. Fucking complete trash. I would unwatch that in a heartbeat. It's like basically this guy is all like hopped up on drugs. He's desperate. He's depressed. Ends up like, I don't know, fucking his mom or his sister or both.
Fuck.
There's like a whole thing, and then like, I don't know, he kills his own kid. It's fucked up. There's just tons of incest and just unnecessary like gruesome gore.
There's a Korean film kind of like that, but it's actually good. It's called Old Boy.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah. Well, they made an American version of it, but the Korean one, the original, was pretty good actually.
Yeah, I liked it.
Nikki,
That
what did you do?
Yeah.
What'd you do with your hair there?
Put it in a ponytail to get my bangs out of my face.
Mm-hmm.
Crisis bangs?
I didn't cut them yet. I'm gonna.
Please don't,
Why?
because that means you're in a crisis.
I just like bangs. Maybe.
Yeah, everybody in a crisis likes bangs. For some reason, you have crisis going on in your life. You know what'll fix this? Bangs.
Always.
And it doesn't. It
It's
doesn't at
not
all.
always. Unless you have someone laugh them and you start or cut them and you start laughing.
You know what fixes it mentally is that you're waiting to get your hair to grow back and get rid of those bangs. So you're so distracted from the crisis going on in your life, and you're all in on the bangs.
I want bangs back. I like my bangs.
Nikki, tell us what's wrong. Open up to us. Why do you want your crisis bangs?
Nothing's wrong. I just need a new look.
Is it your tire? Are you worried about your truck exploding?
No, I'm gonna take that into the dealership tomorrow.
What
I
else?
get free tires and stuff.
Is it the totes in every room?
No,
Is it giving you
No.
anxiety?
they're all empty.
Oh, by the way, never
I
mind.
totally would dye.
Definitely dye your hair. Dye your hair for sure.
What?
Dye
Maybe
your
I'll cut it all off. Everything. Could you see my short hair?
Wait, who is she? Who is vulgar? Wait, who are you talking to, Nikki?
What do you mean?
What were you just saying?
I said maybe I'll just cut it all off. I was just
Why?
There you go. Full Britney mode.
Yep. What was
Did
that?
we?
2000 what, Brittany? 2007?
Wow, you know the year? Jesus.
Yeah, I kept a Britney journal at that time,
No.
tracking her movements.
Would you really shave it all off?
Probably not. I look so weird without it even like. I have weird head shape.
Would you let vulgar shave your head, or would you do it yourself?
Leave Brittany alone. I probably wouldn't do it myself because it would look like it would be messy.
Just shave. Just put a.
Jeez. Yeah,
I'd
I
rather
don't
you-
like my hair short. I have a big chin.
I'd rather you shave your head than have.
I do. My hair looks weird short. I have a big jaw and shit. Round face.
Mm.
You know what they say about people with big jaws?
Big teeth.
No, absolutely not. You're 100% incorrect.
I don't know.
I don't either. I was hoping you knew.
No.
Buzz your hair every year, every 2 years. Bring the mullet back. Please don't bring the mullet back.
Dude,
no.
mullet-
what the fuck is that?
The mullet?
Yeah.
It's a choice is what it is. And anytime I see somebody and they're walking around with a little 7-year-old with a mullet, I stay away from that family.
Bro, that family is disturbed.
Yeah.
It's like that fucking Karen from the Tuesday show who like had her kid like basically doggy style her with her little hair bob. That motherfucker was running around with a little mullet too.
A little mullet.
Worst.
Fashion mullet.
Rogue Jepsen is going to die alone in a pile of fucking peanut shells and parakeet droppings. He is never going to find love because he's so goddamn unlovable. And it's from the music he listens to. He has shit taste. All these Little Peep fucking suicide drug anthems have seeped into his brain and have shrunk his penis.
Okay.
For that reason, we'll never be friends.
So the chat says the mullet is coming back. Vulgar is
Stop, Vulgar.
intending on getting a mullet.
Get
and
the fuck out of here.
I have to strongly disagree with the mullet as a choice.
I'm pretty sure Vulgar's had a mullet before and it looked great.
Gross.
It's a hard stance. But look, not my business. I think people should do whatever they want to do. Just know I think it's icky.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm
There's
pretty sure, wasn't that when I was first went to college? Vulgar?
There's like a couple of instances where the mullet looks okay, but overall, like the whole style and the purpose behind it it's not generally ever going to work for people. And for that reason, I'm out.
Look, here's the deal. It's like I have the same argument with witch hats, right? All of the hottest girls all across the city, the ones that go to nightclubs in all the trendiest restaurants, they show up with their little fucking pointy black witch hats. And I'm like, it's unnecessary. Sure, you love it. You're trying to like impress other girls. Sure. Guys don't love it. Doesn't matter what we think, but it's dumb and it's stupid. And it's almost like a -1, right? Not that a human should be relegated to an attractiveness scale 1 to 10, but I think the mullets are the same. It's like you have somebody who's already attractive with it or without it, they're not going to suddenly become ugly because they have a mullet, but it's probably like a -1, right? If you're a 10, you're a 9 now.
What's wrong with a witch hat?
Witch hats are fucking stupid.
What if it has like sparkles and stars on it? And it has like the little tassels.
Even worse.
What about witch capes?
And look, I think that, this goes for gays and theys as well. I think, there's things that straight white dudes do that are probably -1, right? I'm sure there's plenty of stuff that I do that's a -1. It's like, oh, he's talking about his sports cards again, -1, right?
Let's hurt each other's feelings and tell all of each other about our negative attributes and all cry on stream.
How much time do we have? I could go for hours.
Seems to me I can't handle it.
We're supposed to be. Bird says that the podcast is for us to expose ourselves to people that get to know us. Let's hurt each other's feelings live on air.
No, what I said on the pre-show was let's expose ourselves.
Oh, my bad. Vulgar was obviously not listening and has already started to list out things.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, -1. I get it.
Where do you get a green tank top anyway? Where'd you get that?
Wouldn't you like?
I would like to know, honestly. I mean, I've seen white ones. I don't know where you get a green one. Is that a Hanes?
There are designs on it.
I can't even begin to
Is it
put
plain?
enough brain power into answering
like
that.
a
stupid
nice,
question.
like water moisture wicking fabric, is it?
I don't know.
Is it thick enough that your nipples don't poke through?
Is it your gym tank top?
Let's find out. Are they poking through?
Cool. I know. Rub them a little bit.
Is that embarrassing for men if they like have like pointy nipples?
Probably, especially
I know-
if they poke through.
I know Murr on Impractical Jokers, they always make fun of him for like having pointy nipples, but I don't know. I guess it doesn't bother me. I mean, everybody's got nipples, right? Well, most people have nipples.
Like,
Yeah, most people have nipples. I took a pause there. Backtrack for the nippleless community.
yeah.
Don't want to offend them.
You know what's crazy is Instagram's onto something with their censorship where they're like, okay, you can show like all of a boob, but the second that you showed a nipple, yeah, you can't do that.
But it's weird.
kind of true because it's like I can see a full boob with a pasty. I'm like, I don't care. Take the pasty off though.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't make the
Why?
rules.
You want to drink breast milk?
No, I didn't make the rules. That's just the rules. It's like, okay, nipple showing. Now I'm into it.
Yes, low brain.
Again, I mean, you guys hate Seinfeld so much, but that was kind of a discussion on Seinfeld. Is like,
What the fuck?
how do you know when sex is
Stole
happening?
mine in Bird's life.
And Jerry was like, I think when the nipple makes its appearance, that's when sex is happening. When the nipples come out.
These people stole mine in Bird's life. Is it me?
Pretty
Did
much.
me and Bird go to the past and forget to leave ourselves all the money?
I feel like you guys avoided watching it, and subconsciously you just inherited all the traits of Jerry and Elaine.
I'm Elaine or I'm Jerry.
No, you're definitely Elaine, and Bird is definitely Jerry, and I'm George, by the way.
Like I almost want to have to watch one, but I can't stand it. But I feel like I need to.
What's
because
the
I
deal
haven't
with the nipple
played.
play?
There's definitely been a time where I've like sitting over here working, and I'm like, oh, I'm tired, and I just laid on the floor and took a nap, and then returned to work like nothing ever happened. Yeah.
Seinfeld
It's
is
not really
garbage.
good, Ray. It's fucking. I watched 5 minutes of it, and it like.
I'm not saying like every episode is top tier. I'm just saying that there's like relatable moments as you've entered in adulthood, and you're like, that makes sense now.
It's so dry.
Kind of like Dilbert
It's
until the
just
creator
not
became anti-American
It's
racist.
like,
Are we
it's
dry?
like if somebody tried to make a comedy show without any comedy.
I know.
But do you like Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yeah, that's
It's like-
actually funny.
It's pretty much like Curb Your Enthusiasm except censored.
People say that, and it's not funny. Curb is funny. Seinfeld is not. That is the line.
It's
I
a
agree
very weird line to draw.
I didn't make the rules again.
It's just.
I think you're making the rules right now.
It's facts. I agree with Bird. It's not the rules. It's facts. Two people agree. It's facts. That
I
means
want-
it's not just his reality. It's mine too.
Look, Vulgar and everyone else, I wanted to like it. I wanted to. I tried. I gave it my best effort because everyone fucking loves this show. All
But
my
also-
favorite
No,
comedians
Frasier.
love this.
Fuck Frasier. The same shit.
Frasier was
is
Frasier
butthole.
ass.
Frasier is fucking
Worst.
diarrhea pancake.
No.
You might as well tell me to watch Mad About You.
Like I said, I would
Lock
only
me in
watch
a room.
just to
I'd
see
rather
the
watch a
Cheers
fucking
we talk
ISIS
about. I don't
beheading.
watch Cheers.
Cheers also crappy television.
Garbage. Are you fucking kidding?
Here's the thing about Seinfeld, I think, is that like, and I notice this with people a lot, is they will tell you it's great and then they will show you the worst episodes ever. Like all of the episodes that people say are the like top tier best, I don't like. But there's like some deep cuts that you guys probably would like, but you've already been broached enough with this is great and so wonderful. Watch this stupid episode that I think you're beyond return. Will and Grace also trash.
I didn't mind
Trash.
Will and Grace, but I think I only seen a couple episodes of it.
Couple episodes too many is what I would say. They had some
Yeah.
horrible shows back in the day.
You know what's really good?
Gosh.
Though? The Pickup
Wow.
Artist on VH1. Everyone go out to Apple TV, check to see if it's on, and go watch terrible nerdy dudes try to hit on.
We can all like
Chelsea Hill.
different TVs. We don't need to like the same TV stuff.
No, we have to like the same TV stuff.
No, I don't watch TV.
Vulgar just called one of us trash, and I'm assuming it's me.
Probably me. No,
That's probably all of us.
she already minus one for my green
I love
tank
you.
top.
Well, we can continue handing out minuses.
So
That's
is it Timble? Is it a Timble?
Just tell me all your favorite TV shows. I'll call them trash until I'm like -5.
Vampire has just. All right, I guess teal tank tops are a thing. If you look in the lounge, Vampire is also wearing a teal tank top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's called fashion.
I gotta
Get
check
to
this
know
out.
it.
Well,
Love it.
Vulgar and Peaches, for your information, I treat my interactions with people just like The Sims as well. So like when I'm talking to somebody, you can just go ahead and imagine there's either like a plus, a green plus, or a negative minus sign floating above my head based on the things that they say. So if you walked up to me and you said, "Hey, did you watch Will and Grace last night?" Minus.
Word. And you know what? Shout out Vampire. And look, you fucking non-fashion having fucks. This motherfucker even has the gray pocket in it too. So shout out.
Would you ever wear the
I was like, why does this look like Bird? I'm like with like the reddish like paste.
There's a little pink tint to it, isn't it?
Would you ever wear the 50 Cent tank top, the one with the like the little multicolored patterns around the neck and the arms?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen it, but probably.
That must be a black thing. We always talk about that in the other groups with the other people that I hang with.
Yeah.
The 50 Cent tank top.
Haven't been invited to those conversations. Really hoping to someday.
Well, maybe if Pat was in the chat, he would know what I'm talking about. Did I like Scrubs? Scrubs was okay. It wasn't something that that's right, Suckleby. I said it. The other people, the Negroes. I never willingly watched Scrubs, but I didn't mind it. It wasn't something that I would say was horrible. It was cool.
I feel like that was just kind of always on Comedy Central, and it's good for like a quick pop in, like, oh yeah, put that on while I'm doing something else.
It's on Comedy Central.
It was. I mean, I'm thinking of like,
back when it
days.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't watch it till like the streaming days, and then it just happened to be on. But yeah, Scrubs was pretty cool. I can't knock Scrubs. It's better than Will and Grace, Frasier, and Cheers. I'll give you that much.
Word.
Parks and Recs was funny. I didn't make it all the way through Parks and Recs, but I mean the opening 2-3 seasons were funny enough that I'm like, I'm not gonna disrespect Aubrey Plaza's show ever again.
Parks and Rec, shout out Aubrey Plaza. Literally, the reason I made Aubrey Plaza the song was her character from Parks and Rec. Office, GOAT. That's probably the best TV show that's ever been made. And 30 Rock. I'm actually starting a rewatch from season 1. Got like maybe.
I think Chappelle's show is probably the greatest show ever made.
Nah, not better than The Office.
Way better than Office.
Show, nah, fuck off.
Fuck on.
Fuck out.
Fuck in.
Fuck in. And now we fucking.
Nikki, why don't you get in on this?
Because I don't really watch TV.
Make some shit up. We wouldn't know.
I have never watched the Chappelle show.
What do you do in your life, Nikki, besides collecting rocks and talking to strangers?
What do you mean? I work.
What is your hobbies? What is your pastime? When you're like
writing.
So
yeah, what do people do when they don't watch television?
That's basically my question is like growing up,
study,
putty?
Study things. Go kayaking. I read.
Yeah, what do you do for fun? I study.
I mean, like if I want to learn about something.
What?
Bird, I didn't want to say this on air, but I feel like we need another breasted co-host that is more television oriented.
Whatever. Like I go out in nature. I meditate. I journal.
Damn it, Nikki, our audience doesn't want to know about nature and journaling.
Right now,
they want to know about Scrubs and Cheers and bad television.
I don't watch television. I go live my life.
What are you trying to say? We don't have a life?
No, I'm saying.
What are you saying? Tell me more about journaling. The floor is yours, Nikki. Tell Suckleby about journaling. All yours.
Oh shit! This is huge. I don't like this. So I mean, like, it depends on what you want to journal about, but like, I do a lot of self-reflection stuff. Right now, I'm doing the 40 days of self-love, which is all like interior work for your exterior, I guess, reality to make it happier and better.
What day are you on in your journaling?
33, day 33.
What's today's journal?
Today's journal, I actually haven't done it yet. I listened to it when I was getting ready for the show.
What was yesterday's?
Yesterday's journal was a reflection back to the Tower of Truth exercise that I did.
What's the Tower of Truth?
It's where you start at something that you feel like you're here to become in this life, and then you go from there and the steps that it would take to become what you want to be.
What happens after day 40?
you get to manifest something, but you have a lot more self-love and respect for yourself and know how to
All
work
right.
on yourself.
That was the journaling segment of our show. Hope y'all enjoyed that segment. We'll make that a weekly thing where Nikki will tell us about journaling. Unfortunately, it seems like it'll be almost over next week.
Yeah, but I started again. I do it again in like around October 22nd ish.
Why don't you just do it back to back?
Because I do it with the zodiac. You started at step 0 Leo, which is your heart.
What does that mean?
It's Leo's. If you every piece of the zodiac is like a different body part, or just they're associated, just like the 12 apostles and the 12, like the number 12 is everywhere. Anyways,
What part of the zodiac is a donger?
Scorpio.
Checks out. Yeah, sounds about right.
But Leo's your heart, so that's like because the sun is technically the heart of the everything in the solar system. So they associate Leo with the sun, which is also creative energy, which is also the people that want to be on stage, and they do. And so you start at 0 because that's really your heart is what manifests things. You have to have mind, heart, body coherence.
Do you consider 0 a number or a placeholder?
Both. It's everything and nothing. You can't have it without anything.
Using fucking
0. I have a whole song that I started writing about the number 0. So don't even get me started. 0's wild.
What are you, AWOL?
0.
You wrote a song about 0?
I did start writing a song about a 0. 0's crazy.
How is it crazy? It's a circle.
It's just, but it's.
I have a question.
What it is, yeah.
I have a question for you too that Miss T asked me a while ago. How many holes does a straw have?
2.
Why?
One long one.
Because there's a start and an end.
You really think that?
Hole.
2. What? Your whole family needs to reevaluate themselves.
What do you mean?
How many holes does a straw? It's one hole. You just see it from both sides.
Yeah.
So if you're going through underneath a bridge, is that just one hole then? You're going in a bridge, under a bridge, that's one hole?
Yes.
A tunnel is one hole?
Yes.
A
long hole, but it's one hole.
But you can't go out the other side. That's different.
That's what makes a hole is you can go through it.
So then a vagina is not a hole?
No. It's a crevice.
Y'all got me fucked up. It is 2 circles.
It's not 2 circles. It's a hole. It's 2.
What?
Vulgar. Your method of explaining here is crazy. It's not 2 circles. It's 2 circles, 1 butthole. What are you talking about? Yeah,
well, that's our show for today, folks.
Exactly, Peaches. It's not how many circles are there; it's how many holes are there. It's one hole. Do people have what? Vulgar? What is going on in your household right now?
People have a lot of holes.
Yeah, there's.
But you can go in both of those holes at once.
Can you exit the other
straws? So.
Yeah, that's why it's one hole.
It's
one hole that you can see in a 3-dimensional plane.
What
do you mean? It's physics.
Because it's holes. It's not like that's one tunnel.
You can't sit here and describe astronomy to me and this 40-day cleansing shit and then tell me that a straw has 2 holes. You can't. It's not happening. I'm not allowing it. I will cut the show off.
Don't cut the show.
All right.
I mean, we're kind of out of time, right?
6 minutes, but
unless team has any more questions for us. I mean, I'm here to give hot takes and provide misogynistic judgments. So feel free to toss them out there.
Cheap straws that break. How do straws break? I know they can. crack and get a
Break
hole in
straws
them.
all the time.
Where are you guys getting straws
Plastic
from that they're
straw
breaking?
maker.
You know what fucking blows is paper straws or even metal straws. Anything but plastic, get the fuck out.
I like the plant plastic straws, which are the straws I use that are decomposable and they're made out of plants, but they're actually plastic.
All right.
No plastic.
I need everybody to pause for a second
Wait,
because I'm going to show my melanin here, but I have to ask, where are you guys coming into contact with paper straws? Because I have yet to interact with a paper straw.
Dude, I
You
live
never
in
had a
Oregon.
paper straw? Oh my gosh. Don't even try an icy with a paper straw.
That sounds stupid,
Yeah.
first off.
Like coffee places, fucking, yeah.
Never see me
They're
there.
around.
Parties are the colored ones that are like
What do you mean colored?
like pinks and blues and
What do you mean by that, Nikki?
yellows, different colors.
Gotcha. People's
that-
houses, people are buying
like
paper
the candy
straws?
cane straws. Yeah, people's houses they buy them for they're in the party packs, the different color themed party packs.
This is definitely a Caucasian thing because if I go to a black person's house, they definitely have plastic straws from Dollar Tree.
The paper straws are a Dollar Tree too.
Yeah, black person's never going to pick that up. They're going to be like, I want the straws with the stripes on them, the red, white straws. Sometimes I want to be fancy and I'll get the bendy ones. No, Nikki, we're not
The
buying.
bendy ones at the Dollar Tree are like go like 6 feet. Like you can wrap the whole straw around your finger. It's crazy. Like
Hey,
the
wait.
bendy's so long in the Dollar Tree ones.
I just remembered something. Rogue, you were supposed to update us on your blackness and also the young lady that you had just engaged in conversation with. Where are you at with these updates? Did you set up an ice cream social to bang?
Well, while Rude answers in the chat, Suckabee asked me, what is the best way to hit on a woman at Jiffy Lube? Simple. You go up to her, you say, hey, can I ask you a serious question? She's like, what? You know, she's a little freaked out. And then you say, did they lube you in a jiffy? And then you run away. you don't stick around. You run away.
Where are you going to run to when both of you are probably waiting for your car to be serviced? To the other side of the room?
But see, it's all about the long game, right? Because then when you come back, inevitably, you have something to talk about. You just shared a weird experience. Yeah.
What's the longest game that you would wager on a potential partner?
Along as
Longest
what?
game?
Like, how long would you play the long game to bag Aubrey Plaza, for example?
Oh, bro, for the rest of my life. Aubrey Plaza?
God.
Come on. I'm gonna
So
try.
you
I'm
could
gonna
be
keep
80.
on shooting shots at Aubrey like well into our 90s. Yeah.
So you could be 80. Maybe you ended up in California. You ended up in a nice little retirement community. You're in your wheelchair playing chess, and who happens to roll by you to the big screen projection television? It's Aubrey Plaza. You wheeling over there and trying to snag it.
He's on a wheelie.
Yeah. First thing I say is, I scoot over in my Heelys and then I like do a little kick flip off of a tree, and then I do one of those like exaggerated bows, like "milady," and then now we have something to talk about.
Vampire. So I'll say, so in the black household, there's two sets of straws. There's the straws that you have a handful of from the fast food brand straw. That's in one jar. And then also there's the straws that your mom, your nana, whoever said, oh, I'm at Dollar Tree or Family Dollar or wherever, and it's just $1. Can never have too many straws, and they just buy it for no fucking reason. So there's always two sets of straws collecting in the black household. You are correct. And also, Suckabee, don't ever take Bert's advice.
I feel like everyone should take my advice. I actually did give Rogue some great advice, which is best pickup line in all of the fucking world. I promise, I swear to God, up and down, not a joke. Hey, I haven't met you yet. My name's David. And I haven't met you yet implies there is some reason why you should have met me. And it fucking works. Just saying. So if you don't have anything to say to him, you don't have to. Say, hey, I haven't met you yet. What's your name? And then you can sense out like, oh, do I pounce now? Do I start making out immediately? I don't know.
I feel like I would respond. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a super asshole, but I feel like I would respond negatively to that kind of introduction. Like, it's probably a reason we haven't met yet. Get away from me.
That's because you're a low energy prick. It's because you're a fucking
That's true.
no gamer.
I wouldn't say that. Prick is definitely in the right direction.
Yeah, you gotta say it with a smile. Maybe be a little charming. Try that for once instead of using your rape clause.
Why do I have to be charming to somebody who just obstructed my wanting to be left alone? Unless I wanted to engage with them myself.
Wait, what are we talking about? You saying like if a girl came up to you and said, "I haven't met you yet. My name's so and so."
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah,
it's probably a reason we haven't met yet. I have no interest in meeting you.
Well, to be honest, and again, I didn't make the rules, but there is something a little weirder about a girl that approaches. I'm all for it. I support it, but it does make a dude kind of second guess, like, what's going on here?
I'm not saying that there's anything weird about it, but I'm not saying there's anything weird about it, but like if somebody
different expectations.
If somebody approached me and I wasn't already kind of like, I guess, interacting or wanting to interact with them, I would treat it differently than as, okay, now this person is finally interacting with me, green light to go. That's what I mean. Like if I had my back to you the whole time, I haven't like made eye contact, I haven't like looked at you at all, and you like walk up to me and introduce yourself, you're a weirdo. Go away.
I think that says a lot about you. But I also think if it happened in real life instead of just when we're doing make-em-ups on the podcast.
No, this has happened before.
No,
I was at a gas station pumping gas, minding my own business, turn around to somebody tap me on the shoulder. So I look, of course, ready to swing on first sight.
Oh my God.
Nice young lady. And she's like, yo, where your girlfriend at? And I'm like, excuse me? He's like, do you have a girlfriend? And I'm like, yes, I have one at home. And she's like, oh, okay. And she left.
Well, yeah, that's pretty aggressive, right? Yo, where's your girlfriend at? Yeah, that's coming on a little strong. And
yeah.
But here's the caveat to it. If, like, did you actually have a girlfriend or no?
At the time, yeah.
Okay. So if you didn't have a girlfriend, would you have responded differently?
Probably not, because just the vibe that I was getting from her was like super hood rat. And I'm like,
I don't know if I want to take that side quest in my life right now.
Exactly, because here's let me paint the background for you. Is it
gonna do?
The vehicle that she approached me from, her friend was like in the driver's seat, like, you know, eyeballing the situation, trying to see how this was going to go down. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on with the situation. You seem pretty hood rat. I appreciate the forwardness of you to approach me, but at the same time, you don't have a car, and your friend looks pretty ghetto. I don't like where this is going.
Judgy.
Yeah. What's wrong with being judgy? Judgy helps you avoid bad situations.
That was the point that I was going to make as well. Is like, okay, take the girlfriend aspect out of it. You know, let's be real. There is a limit. Like there is an element of, depending on how physically attractive that person was, they could have said anything and you probably would have responded differently.
She was pretty attractive. I wouldn't say that she was not like attractive to me, but the vibe of the situation made it unappealing. Like I felt like this is somebody who gets themselves into situations that I don't want to be engaged in. I'm not saying I've never been approached by ladies and taken it favorable, but this particular scenario was like, oh, hey, we haven't met yet. I'm so-and-so. And I'm like, that's nice. Go away.
I mean, it doesn't sound like she used my line. It sounds like she said, yo, where your girlfriend at? Which
she used
that's not my advice.
What if it was me walking up to you using D-Bird's line?
Where are we at?
Hey,
give me some context.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a setting that I can. I'm pumping gas. You walk up to me.
And I'm walking out of the gas station to go pump my gas. And my car's right on the other side of your pump. So I'm walking by and I come up and tap you and said, hey, my name's Nikki. We haven't met yet.
I would say I would probably literally say that's nice. And I don't know if I would divulge my name. I would probably just say that's nice. How you
wanna
doing?
stay on paradise.
Here's the trick.
No.
Here's the trick. This it's all very structured. You can't fuck up my method, right? So it's like, hey, I haven't met you yet. What's your name? My name, or you say, my name's David. You stick out the hand, then they can't not shake it and give you a hand. Right? Can't do it. Because you'd be the ultimate dick not to shake and provide your
So I would shake Nikki's hand and I would say that's nice. I wouldn't give away my name like in an immediate exchange. I'd be like,
fucking weirdo. You're a liar.
No, I'm not. I would say that's nice. What's up? I would feel like, and again, I think it's my environment that I come from is like, I'm suspicious of people who just randomly approach me and
you're like, why does this girl want to talk to me?
In non-social situations, right? Like if I'm at the gas pump, it's not a open invite to just introduce yourself. That's not a social situation. I don't go to the gas pump to meet people. But if I'm like at a gathering of people and somebody did that, okay, yeah, I'm more open and more willing if, like I said, I'm engaged with you. But no, at a gas pump, like, who the fuck are you? What do you want?
A lot more natural at a
cute
gathering.
I'll be like, thank you. Go away. Crazy white girl.
What lines would work on you at a gas station?
At a gas station? Pay for my gas.
I can braid.
You can braid? Okay.
That's nothing you. That was one of the first things you asked me.
You're catching my attention now. Like, save me some money. I've got bills. You can braid hair? Oh yeah, you got a shop or at the house?
What if I just went, this one's on me, pay for your gas and drove away?
I'd get on Twitter immediately and be like, some white girl just paid for my gas. Life is looking up now.
Gave me my number, walked away.
If you gave me okay, so let me just tell anybody this. If you give me your number, that's an open invitation to me to just say whatever the hell that I want at any given time. It could be 3 a.m. It could be 5 p.m. You could be in a meeting. You could say, hey, I'm going to be super busy today. If I have your number, it's all fair and game at any given point.
One of those guys, huh?
Exactly. Yeah.
So PSA, don't give them your number.
Well, everybody should have my number. I gave it out before.
Yuck.
It's on one of my songs, literally. I had second thoughts about leaving it on the song, but it's there. Surprisingly, I haven't gotten any random phone calls or messages.
Update us.
Said no girl update, but he had some old man update, which I don't care, but I guess you guys do.
Well, you weren't there for the Rogue is Black revealing.
I was not.
He's like, what?
I mean, yeah, I guess what his grandpa was or something.
Well, it was presented to us at the time as, hey, my granddad's black, and everybody's like, what do you mean, pasty Caucasian boy from the United Kingdom? And he's like, my granddad's black. And then he proceeded to show us pictures of his dad, was a half-breed, and then his cousin, who looked full-on black, marrying some African king from Nigeria. But then we found out, a couple days later that his granddad was only half black, and now he's revealing that his great-granddad was full black.
Got it. Well, I guess I just don't see people as like defined by their race, Dice. So maybe that's why I just don't care at all. Because I'm a true ally.
You hate half-breeds like Rogue, don't you?
No.
Rogue, do you identify more with Drake or Logic? Please answer in the chat. Yeah, Vampire was a bold move, and I started to remove it, but as I played the song for several people, nobody seemed to pick up on that, so I just left it there, and it's there now. So whatever, I don't care.
Which song is it?
I'm not going to tell you. Listen to my catalog.
Nah. Sounds like homework.
Exactly. So the fact that nobody has even called me, text me, or anything says, just leave it there.
I call you and text you all the time.
Well, you already have my number, moron.
Me too. I actually answer when I call it. It's nice. If you're like confused, like hello.
I will if I know if I have your number saved in my phone and you call me, I will answer unless I'm in a meeting, sleep, or I just don't like you at that moment.
Huh.
That goes
Those are really the only 3 times that I won't answer the phone.
Do you go on waves of liking people and not?
Yeah. Like there's sometimes where VA will call me and I'm like, I don't feel like talking to this motherfucker right now. And then I'll call him back like an hour later once I calm down and I'm, ready to be cussed at.
I just love how anytime he appears, it's just pure chaos, and then he just like floats off into the mist like it never happened. You're just shaking your head like, what just was this real?
Yeah, like he'll call me, I'll answer and be like, yo, what's up? Yo, bitch, what's up? Okay, that's how we're starting the conversation. So yeah, sometimes I don't feel like going through that tap dance with him, so I'll calm down a little bit. But yeah, if you call me, I'll answer, even if I don't know what you want. Like Nikki called me and she was like, "Oh, I didn't mean to bother you. I'll hang up and leave." And we had like an hour-long conversation of her like
trail off on everything too.
For every 15 minutes, be like, "Oh, I'll let you go now," and then she'll trail off into another fucking story, and I'm like, "Okay, Nikki, I'm listening. I can dig it."
I do that to everyone. I'm so sorry, y'all.
It's fine. I'll listen. I'm a good listener. Even if I'm an asshole and I don't know you and introduce yourself, I'll listen to you.
Oh, so this isn't like a Nikki thing, but like just in general, pet peeve of mine is when people say goodbye and then they stick around and linger. And it's like, well, you already made the initial movement like out the door. And now you're like talking about some other bullshit. And all that's going on in my head is like screaming at the top of my inside voice's lungs of like, they want to go. They want to go. They need to go. They said bye. Go. I hate it. I hate it so much.
I really do need to go urgently when I have to go, but then I continue to stay.
My
Bird,
sister does it.
If a young lady
Actually,
invites you over for coffee, what does that mean?
Invite over to coffee?
Yeah.
Sunrise.
Well, like, are we going to her house for coffee?
Yeah, it's 7.
Fucking. Like, oh, you want me to come inside? Yeah, we're fucking. If you want to meet me at a coffee shop, you're probably sober. You're sober and you want to have an easy social but no like obligation quick check to see catfish, yes, no, attractive, yes, no, do we want to fuck, yes, no.
Is catfishing still a thing?
I think so. Well, but there's also accidental catfishes. Like there's plenty of people that use like old photos of themselves like 10 years ago on the dating apps. There was
a developer at my last job who so you know how on like Teams, your little work shit, you have the profile picture. So he had this cool little, head tilted to the side, of course, standard profile picture.
Sure.
And then I think somebody was leaving, so the project manager had this great idea, in air quotes, because it was a fucking horrible idea, of let's have a going away Teams video chat. So everybody gets on, turn on their camera, and this motherfucker is like 100 pounds more than his profile picture. And I'm like, good God, man. What year was that profile picture from? Because you look nothing. Like he had hair in his picture and he's bald now. His cheeks are like puffed out. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just like, God damn, that is a huge drastic change from what you are today.
Dude.
And scared the shit out of me.
I should start using my old pictures where I was big as my profile pictures.
But you look genuinely the same. Like he looked like nothing like the previous him.
There was my old boss. It was so funny. She was like, I don't know, 50s or something, but on her like Slack profile picture for work, she put up this like professionally like, I don't know, JC Penney's photo shoot of her like, with the fucking block in the background and her white like, business suit with the like fucking shoulder pads and shit. And it was like straight up like 91 or something of her like 20 years prior. And I was just like, what are you doing using that?
Was it the one with like the silhouette of your face in the background?
Yeah. Just straight up like stock, JC Penney's like, come in for a photo shoot. Oh, I'm going to wear my Hillary Clinton pantsuit. And yeah, she was still using it after all these years.
I guess technically I'm catfishing on LinkedIn because my pic on there, I don't have any hair.
My Slack picture is me with like at Electric Forest last year with jewels all over my face.
That is the wildest shit I've ever heard.
And my leopard.
And Vulgar, I agree. Why can't they just like Coffee Bird? Why does everything have to be about sex with you?
No. If
Yeah.
No, if they're
Yeah.
like, come inside for coffee, yeah, okay, we're fucking. Like that.
Maybe they're an avid coffee drinker.
No.
I go to people's houses for coffee.
God damn. On a date, in a date scenario, there's no way. Like a first date, like come inside for coffee?
Yeah.
No way. No way.
Way.
Because no way.
What?
No, my first date's normally like a hot tub.
Mhm.
What?
Wait, what?
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, you're not. No, you're dead serious.
I haven't been on a first date in a long time.
I see that because
for like testing the waters, seeing what their vibe's all about, seeing if there's an attraction, right?
coffee.
And so at the end of it, if she's like, "Do you want to come inside for coffee or come inside for insert any excuse here?" Yeah, there's probably some intention behind it.
What
right?
if she wants to listen to some music from her music collection?
That's a little bit more ambiguous, but I still think if there's an invite inside at the end of it, yeah, there's some intention there. Which also, you know, people have the right and the privilege to say no at any time. So there is a possibility that you could go in there with the person having the intent to, and then just the vibe isn't right or whatever. And they're like,
What
"Yeah,
if she
never mind."
invited you over for coffee and was like, "There's the filters in the coffee, you can get it started." And I'm like,
Oh,
"What?"
I'd leave. I'd be like, no, that's for the help to do. I don't do that. Oh
What
yeah,
if it's just
and
making out, not bumping bits?
sure.
So the nipples come out. Is that what we're just talking about?
Dry
Skin
grinding,
action.
dry humps,
And for what it's worth, yeah, it doesn't have to be
rubbing up
all.
on linings.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a full like fucking hardcore, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean sex tape. It's just like there's something that they want to do sexually, maybe with their mouth, maybe with their butt, whatever. But it's not just coffee if it's like at the house, for sure.
Is offering somebody butthole on the first date too forward?
I think whatever the vibe is for whatever you and the person decide, then whatever.
Like you're just sitting there, you're eating dinner, and it was like, "Hey, you want some butthole?" Is that too much?
That would definitely make
What if
my
it's
red
like, "You
flag.
want some ass
That's
or-"
a red flag for you.
Yeah.
If they said, "Do you want some butthole?" Yeah, that's the red
How about
Yeah.
my ass for dessert?
flag.
Maybe. Nah. You're like, it's too weak.
Buttholes are a relationship thing. The porn industry says opposite.
I think
Yeah.
that
see?
kids out these
Butthole's kind of like a
these
casual
days-
exchange these days.
Yeah, like everyone talks
Really?
about eating ass. Like it's all the rage, apparently.
When
I
I talk
wouldn't know,
about eating ass, I talk about eating ass with a significant other, not a random. I wouldn't lick some random person's asshole.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we're not talking about, you know, a sample plate of ass. We're just talking about somebody you're interested in.
Would you like to sample my ass?
Sample platter.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, and what we all got to remind ourselves is, you know, humans are individuals, guys are individuals, girls are individuals, and people that don't identify as either are individuals too. So everyone has their own
Buttholes.
limits, their own buttholes, and how fast they're willing to share their parts.
Is their own preference.
Yeah. I don't think there's a wrong answer.
Hold up, eating butthole is casual.
I think it can be, depending on the agreements between two
Is
consenting adults.
grocery shopping casual?
Anything can be casual if you hang in the right circles. I'll put it like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
For me personally, no. I think wouldn't be, but I'm sure there's people out there that eat butthole left and right and just like that's their thing.
Yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I've heard some stories of casual things, and I have the little white guy blinking response to that every single time. It's like, wow, you really just did that with that person you just met. Okay, cool. I'm not one to judge, but I've definitely heard some crazy like, hey, I just met this person and guess what we just did type stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. Nice.
Times are changing. I blame MTV.
You blame ridiculousness? Is that what you're saying?
No, I blame the pickup artist on VH1. Season 1 and 2, now streaming on Apple TV.
Nikki, thoughts?
On anal, I'm good. That's an exit.
On casual butt eating and anal?
Casual, no. That's, like I said, that's a significant other type thing.
Yeah, but do you feel like it's common and casual today? Do you feel like other people?
People talk about it, but I don't know if people actually eat ass. I've never had my ass ate, so it makes you think people don't eat ass.
I feel like if VA was on here right now, he's like, "Oh shit, girl, like you're coming over."
Your
I feel like he had like a.
If you don't get down with the booty hole, hold on.
Yeah,
What?
no, I feel like he had like a whole rant of like, "What am I, in second grade? Like, of course I eat ass."
Well, yeah, because he said he made that OnlyFans with the whole premise of I'm the best pussy eater in the world, even though he didn't do anything on his OnlyFans remotely relating to it, and they made him refund like 15 grand or something. I forgot what it was.
Like 30, I thought you said.
Yeah, some ridiculous amount of people subscribing to see that he was actually the best at what he claimed,
And he's eating noodles.
Yeah. So that's how I started my OnlyFans, on the premise of I'm just going to eat noodles and I need to actually put content on it.
That's what I need to do. Nikki's nudes. That's it. Just eating noodles. And
Vulgar, how would your dating life suck if you're not getting? Is booty hole dating like a thing? Is there an app for that?
Is that like a necessary requirement for everyone to date nowadays? They have to do anal? Because like that's just really little space. I don't think that's.
I think again, everything is a negotiation between your own boundaries and then whoever the partner is to put your bits in their mouth.
Ass to mouth.
ATM. Hit the ATM.
Ray, is there a dating app focused on butt stuff?
Probably.
Or are you saying have AWOL build one? Which is the answer here?
I don't get it personally. I don't get the fascination with the brown town.
It's just another hole to explore.
I just don't even think it's that interesting of a hole. Like the other ones are way better.
How do you know till you explore it?
I mean,
How do you know what's in the cave until you search for the treasure?
hello, any treasure in here?
Maybe there's not room for other things in the cave.
Yeah. Gerbils.
Yeah, that's
Booty gerbil.
Booty gerbils. That should be the title of this podcast. I think we found it. Booty gerbils.
only took us 2 hours and 13 minutes. Booty gerbils. There you have it, folks.
Speaking of which, we should probably wrap this puppy up, huh? Unless the folks have any more questions for us.
My curtains are closed because it's 110 degrees today and I was dying.
Your curtains are always closed to Oz.
What?
I don't know. It's always like the Wizard of Oz. I have no idea what exists behind your curtains. I've seen into every other house except for yours.
Nobody ever asked me.
I've never visited you.
What? Are you trying to visit me?
No.
You've been flirting with me all episode. What's going on?
No, I am not.
Did you miss me or something?
I always miss you.
See? This is flirting. Nobody just does that.
Flirting. Beaver, I always miss you too.
Don't try to pass it around.
I'm flirting.
Don't pass my love around. I don't share. See? Vulgar says so too. You've been hitting the heart over the head on the Sims all episode. Yeah, I think that's it for today. Okay, Rogue found the song. Now you just got to figure out the area code. So I guess we're wrapping up. We'll be back. Well, the Tuesday show will be back. I guess there's 4 people on there now. MCD, Mimic, Rogue, and Ryan. Is Ryan back in the Discord? I think he is, right?
I think so. I saw him comment on the Tuesday show.
Yeah. Then we'll be here Wednesday for the music stream, and then Friday for another music stream, and then Sunday we'll do this again.
Yay!
Before we did go, I did want to mention one thing just to kind of be hip to times and in tune with the community. My hometown, there was a shooting yesterday, and the victims' names haven't been released. I don't really talk to anybody back at home, but I'm not sure if anybody I know was impacted by that. But hopefully everybody stays safe out there. Unfortunate things do happen. So I know we joke around a lot about Nikki's unawareness of her surroundings, but I do hope everybody stays safe out there. But unfortunate shit, and hopefully nobody I know was impacted by that. So shout out, thoughts and prayers. I know everybody says thoughts and prayers, but real thoughts and prayers for Jacksonville, because I know Crit lives there. He wasn't on that side of town, but I know people who frequent that area. So
wow, way to bring us home, Dice.
That's what I do.
On that note, everyone go be bummed out for the rest of the fucking night, and our thoughts and prayers are with you to overcome Dice's emotional baggage bomb.
All right, let's go raid T-Pain. So we're gonna raid T-Pain. He is a subscriber of our show. He loves us. He is a huge fan of White Collar Rhymes. Every time we join, he gives us a shout out.
He's a subscriber.
Subscribes. He follows us, maybe kind of, sort of, in a strange
Listens to our music every day.
Stalker way. T-Pain is a part of our community, and let him know that so that he remembers to post in our Discord. And with that said, we're getting out of here.
Peace.
Love y'all. Stay safe.